Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last two seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A quick throw caught by Evans out wide. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
There's a little bit of learning talking to the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls for 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Yeah, he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards.
Exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. All right, it was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
When you take that hand off and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Mayfield to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Carr now on first down. He gets it left side to Johnson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 44, Carr. And that is incomplete.
I don't see Northern trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Carr now to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Carr to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Forced out to his left. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They give him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up. They can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they run with Edmonds. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the defensive tackle. When he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Complete right side to Otten. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing you have to see out of the rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air. I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are an extra point away from drawing level. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense. The plays that he provides, when he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They go play action. Mayfield. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. And this one is right down the middle. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings. Yep, trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play there, getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick six.
Yeah, he was trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 41, Carr. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision, because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface and try to connect all the way back to the right.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. 1st down, Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Throwing, Mayfield. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in a field goal range down at the 27-yard line. Carr now on 1st down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing 1st half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal and the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Pick it up.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Buccaneers 24, Saints 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. Again, it's Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Play action. Now it's Carr. Right side caught by Jackson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So maybe not exactly what they were looking for, but it does get them back scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction. Takes third down for a 3rd down and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. It's the third quarter, no time to panic. But it also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This one taken in by Otten. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Carr. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a play fake. Carr. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after
after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's good for the Saints. First and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. To throw, it's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Play it. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. You got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Otten on the out route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.